What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to our League of Legends Top 5 plays for another episode full of amazing moments submitted by the community. I'm excited to get going with today's lineup, so let's dive right into the first play from deleting carries on Annie, living up to the name at our number 5 spot. The enemy team got a pick, so they're grouping up in the mid lane, but as Annie swings around, she gives Ezreal the nod and flash ults all four at the same time. True Shot Barrage flies through, pretty much instantly picking up the triple. Wukong stealthing in, but he goes on Ezreal, so Annie's able to Q Alistar and shred the rest of his health with Ignite and Tibbers. At this point, the enemy Wukong is going deep for the kill on Ezreal, so it's just a matter of time before he gets collapsed on and stunned by Annie for the pentakill. Some awesome timing and synergy between Annie and Ezreal to execute this mini wombo. Our next play comes from Bloody Shadow CZ on Echo with some super clutch plays in a really important team fight. Keep your eyes on Echo as he positions himself to attempt to steal an Elder Dragon, but he doesn't quite hit the mark and then gets pulled out. I paused it here to point out the Time Wander that's going to snap back to Echo and hit all 4 enemy champs, which gives everyone a stack, and then the hologram, which is about to enter the Dragon Pit. The Time Wander returns, and then he perfectly times the Chrono Break to blink back in, Hop Fizz, and get off the Q to kill Vayne before getting condemned. He immediately jumps on Garen as a nice hook from Thresh buys enough time for parallel convergence to provide a massive shield which eats the entire ult from Garen. Shadow runs over to the wall and throws out another Time Winder, angling himself to burst with phase dive and the return damage from his Q. The quad's never enough as he uproots himself and makes his way over to the enemy Yi to get the kill with the final EQ for the Penta. Coming in at third place, we have Titadef on Warwick, but this is very clearly a full team effort, so props to them as well. It's late game and they're positioned in the brush, predicting the enemy team will want to push out the super minions in the mid lane. The ball goes onto Warwick, and out of nowhere he leaps out of the brush and onto Ahri, chained into a 4-man shockwave, which leaves the enemy team grouped up for the wombo. 2 go down instantly, putting the enemy team on the back foot, and there's no way they're going to be able to make anything happen as they try but get swept off the map right away. All that's left is the poor enemy Jhin, who's waiting to revive, just to die again as red team move afterwards to win the game. Dashing her way into her number 2 play, we have Cinderella Man on Fiora, who shows up to Baron as the last remaining hope for her team. She dives in on Vayne after ulting her and uses Riposte on Echo's parallel convergence to stun him before flashing on Vayne for the kill and then proccing the Vital on Echo. Thresh goes down, she sidesteps the Mummy stun, finishes off Kled, and then starts to duke it out with the Mumu. This is one of those plays where every little thing adds up, and between using her ability super well, Hydra, and proccing the Vitals, she manages to win the fight 1v5 and get the pentakill. And for our number 1 pro play for this week, we have King Tiger Kiet on Thresh, who's apparently a support, jungler, and carry all in one. He's waiting over the wall, and the plan here is to have his jungle Quinn attempt the steal and get lanterned out, but he takes matters into his own hands and gets the steal with the hook. Quinn gets chain CC'd and can't take the lantern, but Thresh hooks the Echo, and with his flay damage stacked up to red, he does a nice chunk of damage and ignites him. Echo still has ult, but Thresh ignores him and shoots for Lulu instead, taking it in double flaying, which makes Ignite do enough damage to finish off the Echo. Another hook pulls Lulu away from the wall, and a flay slows her down, which buys enough time for Yasuo to get the kill before she can flash out. He immediately moves over to make sure he's there for the friendly Lux, but her binding roots to Sion as they walk away from this with a 4-for-2 plus Baron. Thresh does an exceptional amount of work in this play, stealing Baron, and then the choice to ignore Echo and Q Lulu was amazing. He repositions away from Ahri and in a position to double flay, and then while he's polymorphed, he moves away and avoids the charm. And for our bonus clip, we have a beautiful and obviously calculated cross-map arrow from the hands of T-Tor on Ashe. Her friendly Rengar is closing in on Ryze in the bot lane, but he has Zhonya's and ulti available, so no worries, this should be a pretty easy escape. Oh, feels bad, man.
Oh la vache.
Before we move on to the outro, where you can jump into our next video, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to HyperX, who sponsored this video. Their Cloud Stinger headset is just under 50 bucks, which is pretty insane for how nice the build quality is, especially compared to other brands in the market. I think it's a great entry headset if you want to get a feel for what the more expensive HyperX headsets are like, and they also make for great gifts or as a backup/travel headset. It also works multi-platform, so if you're interested, be sure to check out our promo link in the description box to learn more or pick one up. Thanks everyone for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you want to keep on rolling onto another one of our videos, here are some great options for you to choose from. Take care and have a wonderful day.